Hello, this is Jack here with Buzz Beekeeping Supplies, and today we're going to make a pollen feeder for my honeybees. Now you could go just as simple as a PVC pipe. This one's about 3 inches. Just cut on an angle at each end, but that's kind of simple and it doesn't protect the pollen inside from water. So we're going to use the plans that have come from Charlotte from Carolina honeybees. And it uses basically 3 different pieces of PVC pipe, and in our case we're using 4. We're using 4-inch PVC, which I'm going to cut down to 9 inches. It uses an end cap right here, which will go on the end. It uses what is called a drain downspout adapter, which will go on the end, and it makes a nice landing area for the bees. And then in my case, I needed an adapter to be able to fit on the drain spout. It would not go straight onto the PVC. So in terms of cost, I'm not going to include the cost of the PVC because the glue, because most people seem to have it at home. The PVC pipe itself, I can only find it at my local home improvement store in a 2-foot increments, and that was the smallest, and that cost me $7.88. The end cap itself was not cheap. The end cap was $8.73. The downspout was the most expensive part. That was around $12.48, and then my adapter here was $2.98, bringing it for a total of around $32.07. Now I have a couple of optional items, which of course are some screw eyes because I want to hold it. Then of course you do need your pollen substitute and wire. Now the tools I'm going to be using today are a drill and just a hacksaw. So we'll continue in just a moment. Okay, so now I'm going to cut the PVC pipe with a hacksaw. Now I've cut this at 9 inches, but you can cut it anywhere from 8 to 10 inches. The good thing is it's very forgiving because it really doesn't have to be a perfect cut because you're going to be sealing it anyway. Okay, so now I'm going to use my PVC glue and I'm going to glue the pieces together. The good thing is it does not have to be a perfectly tight seal because it just has to close. And so these pieces, I will glue like this, and that will fit there, and this piece will fit here. And so this piece will go right here. And so that is good, and I need to let that sit and let the glue dry. Okay, so I let this sit overnight and I clamped it. And the reason I let it sit overnight is because of the fumes, to make sure that the glue is dry. And now I'm going to go ahead and drill a couple of pilot holes here, so I can put the screw eyes in, and this will hold it better when I wire it up. And if I hadn't mentioned it, the reason why this ledge is here, it makes it easier for the bees for a landing area so that they can land before they actually go in the pollen feeder. So now this is done, and I'll simply take my wire and I'll wire this up, and you can see the way it looks now. So I have my pollen feeder here, and now I'm going to put in the pollen substitute. I'll put a little bit more in Here we go. And you can use B Pro or Ultra B, and they recommend you only put in about a half a cup. So this is all set, and hopefully in a little while the bees will start taking the pollen substitute. It's been 2 days since I built and installed this pollen feeder, and as you can see, the weather was not good for the last 2 days, so that's why I don't think the bees found it. But today they seem like they are enjoying it. I chose to put it here at about waist level to keep it off the ground from critters, and I also put it up against a gate on my barn, and there's a overhang here, so that'll help keep out some of the rain. By the way, below this video is a materials list so that you can build your own. And as you can see, the bees seem to be enjoying the pollen feeder. They're dancing around in there.